I am now asking Senator Pádraig Ó Céidigh to proceed with his motion of 4 minutes to outline your case.
Gurmag the Chailach agus Gurmag the Sachtan Deshavortcom Laurted Kursi Ishke Chun the Galive in Yov. It does not bother Buadum Boyas of Laklish and Tada Hachtenshire, Guramila Mahagat, Agus Horod Solidosa, Kanawan, Gome, Dedishachtina Again, Edgafru Rua, Gunamara, Go Tachti Dala, Shanadori. Eddie agus Gachtana Fuyan Kaikish Nutri Shachtani agus Minister. I'd love to see you, the Cahirloch, and everybody in both houses there learning Irish for the weekend, spoken Irish. It'll be a good crack, but one warning is if you speak a full sentence in English, we're sending you home. And that's standing through for everybody, but that's coming up soon, so hopefully you can make it. So, Goramaga the Cahirloch. Sea swimming is becoming a more and more important sport and facility for training, especially throughout the country. And it's really essential that we have clean water for sports, food, recreational. The background I'm coming from here, and basically coming from Galway and Galway Bay, and it's something that has come up as an issue on a number of occasions in Galway. And I'll just share through that with you over the coming 2 to 3 minutes, Minister, and get your feedback on it. The European Environment Agency and the European Commission published the report on European bathing water quality in 2018. 71% of our bathing waters were deemed excellent. However, this summer we saw many swimming bans, actually particularly in Dublin. Beach closures were closed in Dublin. Most recent closure affected 8 beaches. These beaches were closed to swimmers because of dirty water. I believe the cause of the Dublin beach closure was due to a number of sewage spills from the Rings Inn treatment plant. And in June of this year, Galway City Council prohibited swimming off beaches at Silver Strand and Salthill and issued a warning about the Grattan Road beach in Lower Salthill after elevated levels of bacteria were detected. The most recent beach closure occurred from the 28th of August to the 4th of September, just a few weeks ago. There was no definite cause outlined for the source of this elevated bacteria in our waters, and we need to have confidence in the quality of our waters, from a health point of view in particular. The EPA states in their 2018 report on bathing water quality in Ireland that ongoing research will help them further understand how we can protect and improve the bathing water quality. This is very much work in progress. But we need to understand the source of contamination in our water. And right now we don't fully understand that. I would like to pay particular attention to the bathing waters in Galway. And just a couple of questions, Minister. Because every day throughout the year I see people swimming and diving in Salthill off Black Rock. And it's a fantastic amenity. I had here that, and maybe you do, but I know Minister Murphy spends some time sea swimming himself. I've seen some photographs of him doing so. I haven't seen yours yet, Minister, but I'm sure you probably do jump in and out every now and again, like I do. So based on the number in Galway, based on the number of cruise ships visiting Ireland in 2019, do you know what volume of wastewater and sewage was discharged into Irish waters by these ships? Who monitors cruise ships in Irish waters for compliance with environmental regulation? And if we could find out if we have an authority or a body doing that, what's the frequency and depth of this monitoring? For example, in other countries, there's legislation passed requiring that cruise ships routinely be tested to meet the state's clean air and water standards, and they levy a tax on each cruise ship passenger to pay for the programme. Has a cruise ship operator ever been fined by Irish authorities for pollution? And it's really, I'm very much supporting and promoting tourism, very, very much so. But there's a balance in relation to tourism. And I believe there's potentially a black hole or an uncertainty in relation to clarity. And a lot of people in Galway are concerned about what they call the coincidences of the Salthill beaches being closed and cruise ships being off Galway Bay at the same time. So that's basically it. This was raised, Minister, in Galway City Council on a couple of occasions. Councillor John Connolly highlighted the issue, and he was particularly concerned about the number of no-swim notices and advisory notices, warnings about Galway, about water quality. in the city. Also, Councillor Donal Lyons raised the issue as well, and a concern there. So it is an issue for the people of Galway, and I would suggest, Minister, that it may also be an issue for people in Dublin who regularly go out to the sea swimming. So I'd value your feedback on it.
Minister.
Seanad Éireann, for raising this issue. Thank you for raising this issue today, and to have the opportunity to discuss the quality of our bathing water, and specifically in relation to Galway Bay. And the Minister Murphy sends his apologies for not being here. The EPA reports on bathing water quality every year. In general, Ireland has high standards in this regard. 94% of our bathing waters meet the required standard, and almost 86% are either good or excellent. High-quality bathing waters are a fundamental natural amenity, and I would like to acknowledge the work of the many people who contribute to keep them at such a high standard. We must continue this good work to protect the water quality on our beaches. We must take action where necessary to put an end to any causes of pollution, and we must ensure that people who swim have the information they need on water quality in their local area. The bathing water regulations have resulted in more water quality testing and public information than previously was the case. The Minister has designated 145 bathing waters. Of these, 5 have been evaluated as poor, including 3 sites in Dublin Bay, 1 in Clifton, County Galway, and 1 in Lough Ennell in County Westmeath. The Minister remains concerned by ongoing issues at these 5 locations. And while he recognises that the root causes may often be complex, the issues must be addressed as a matter of priority. Focusing in County Galway and on the beach at Clifton, Galway County Council has found that there are a number of sources contributing to the water quality issues there: the sewer network, septic tanks and stormwater overflows from the wastewater treatment plant. Until recently, Clifton was discharging raw sewage. Now, Irish Water has built a new sewage treatment plant at Clifton and is continuing with further works on the sewer network. This will improve water quality. Galway County Council is continuing to work to inspect and reduce the impact from householders' septic tank discharges. Within Galway Bay, and specifically within the urban environments, the City Council has issued prior warning notices ahead of heavy rainfall and posted temporary bathing prohibition notices. These notices are precautionary measures and are designed to protect people. Water quality is tested regularly at Galway Bay beaches and in the main is found to be excellent. The local authorities in Galway are working closely with all stakeholders, including Irish Water, to ensure necessary improvements are delivered. In that context, it should be noted that Irish Water is preparing a drainage area plan for Galway City, which will help determine what upgrades are necessary to the sewer network. The Minister has asked his department to work with the EPA and the local authorities to examine ways of enhancing further the communication to bathers regarding potential water quality issues, including effective early warning systems in the event of weather alerts. I have also taken note of what the Senator has said with respect to discharges by cruise ships. I haven't any information to hand on that, but I will ask the Minister to make inquiries and to answer the queries that the Senator has put before us today on that regard. And I also want to agree with the Senator on his earlier remarks with respect to the importance of our bays and our waterways for sport and recreation purposes. And as Minister of the Department of Justice, responsibility for youth justice, I want to encourage more and more people to use our waterways, our beaches, or the sea around us for sailing, for swimming and for all other kind of recreation purposes like that. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you, Minister, for that comprehensive response. I very, very much appreciate it, and particularly in relation to the points that you raised about our quality of water. We are doing good. We could do a lot better. And the area in relation to Clifton, you highlighted, and the work of Irish Water, and that, as you know, I had a long engagement in relation to Irish Water myself back a couple of years ago. The issue in relation to cruise ships, yeah, I very much appreciate your feedback on that, because that is of concern. And we in Ireland are getting more to be, from a recreational point of view, we're getting more and more to be an outdoor society, an outdoor community, whereby the rivers and lakes and our sea is becoming more and more relevant to us. So the environmental aspect of that and the health perspective of it is fundamental for us. And also I would say that it's really important from a tourism point of view, because Ireland is seen as a green country in more ways than one. And the more work we can do on that to continue that, obviously the better for all of us. So, thank you.
Thank you. Briefly, Minister.
Briefly, on that last point, my guess would be that that's under the proper regulations and controls with regard to cruise ships. But again, we'll get the information to the Senator. Investment in wastewater infrastructure is prioritised in the Irish Water Strategic Funding Plan, with estimated capital expenditure from 2019 to 2024 in the region of 1.9 billion in wastewater treatment and wastewater projects. These planned upgrades and improvements will make a significant contribution to improve water quality. While local authorities are, where relevant, working closely with Irish Water to ensure infrastructural improvements are delivered, there are many other sources of pollution that are outside of Irish Water's remit. Sewer misconnections to contributing streams, septic tanks, agriculture, wildlife, dog fouling and so on. But all of these issues have to be taken into account as well and dealt with. Thank you.